guys? It's Keith back here with Red Beard Prospecting, and we got a special guest, Mark Stamper from Gold Rush Whitewater.
Season 5. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's great meeting you out at the Gold Show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the show?
The Gold Show here, or do you want the show?
No, the show.
The show. Well, I tell you, any chance you get, go to a GPAA show. They're very well informative for you. As for Gold Rush Whitewater Season 5, it was the most adrenaline I've ever had in my life. You can take everything I've done, 50 years of living, and put it together. The 4 months that I was up there was more intense. It was the most dangerous and the hardest I've ever worked in my life. I tell you what, all these people that sit around and say that they could do this or they could do that or they could do this, I was that person. I was the one that was sitting there going, I can do that. That's dumb. Why do it like that? You don't know until you're there. And that's the thing, you don't know until you're there. We do mining and dredging there. That's all within the guidelines of the Alaska Department of Natural Resource for recreational dredging. So that's what we do. We don't use excavators and stuff like that. We do everything by hand, just like it's recreation. And it's an adventure. It's not a show about mining the gold. It's a show about an adventure to try to get to the gold. So it's worked out pretty good so far.
And I'm sure there's a big change coming over from the Bering Sea.
Yeah, the Bering Sea to this. Yeah, the Bering Sea was there's a lot
Calm water.
less. There's a lot less anger involved in it. Most of the water that we had was moving at 15 to 20 miles per hour. A lot of it was just dirt. It was rough, and rocks falling, and stuff moving. It was insane. But Bering Sea, that's where you train at. You want to really work in water, you go to whitewater. It is dangerous. It is hard. And if anybody says that they can do it, I guarantee you can. You just got to be able to get there and do it. And it's not easy just to get there.
So what was your experiences on the crew? I know when Kayla got selected as leader, there was a little bit of tension in the group. So how did all that pan out once you started going in?
I was asked, Dustin asked me if he thought that Kayla would be a good choice. I didn't really want to be in the front of everything. I'm fresh, I'm new, my feet aren't even wet, and everybody's seasoned except for me and Kayla and new guy, and I was like, you know, we'll see what happens. So Kayla was put in charge. Scott and Eric didn't like it. They butted heads against it. Then they butted heads against each other. But I think she was the wise choice in the end. She did everything the right way. Communication was there. We communicated as individuals together, her and I and Scott and Eric. She would ask questions that she didn't know. And a lot of it was mechanical stuff. When it came to the book smarts and the minerals and what you're looking for, she was on point. But when it came to certain things with the
like
dredge
when
and
the
heavy
trigger on the drill can't went out.
and stuff like that. And I didn't know that she didn't have that much experience on some things. When we were building like our walkways that nobody sees, it took us 2 weeks to build our walkways, but nobody sees that. She never used a drill or a circular saw, and so I showed her. I mean, you work together. You have to. When you're up there, there's nobody else. It's just us. Yeah, there's 60 other people there running around filming and crews and safety, food, production, security, all that's there. Nobody helps us. That's the thing. Us 8 people have to work together to figure it out and solve this problem, so make a solution to it.
And your team actually figured it out a little bit quicker than the other team. I mean, y'all was the first one on gold. So.
That's right. We were first on gold. I'll have to say, I got there. I wasn't expecting to see that much gold, and boom, that was a ton of gold. It was pay layers is what we hit. It was from probably 30, 40 years ago, a storm that came through, and it broke loose some rock and some material, and it washed it down the creek. We got lucky because the pay layers were 5 feet apart, and they estimated like 15 to 20 years between each of the pay layers, and that's where we got the bulk of our gold. As for us finding a lot of gold, everybody wants more.
Yeah.
Everybody wants more.
Yeah, it's never enough, is it?
Oh, no.
Now, how did you get your start off prospecting? Like, what got you into it?
Craigslist.
Go to Craigslist for gold mining, y'all.
In 2012, I answered an ad for a heavy equipment operator, out of town, good pay. Turned out it was for the show Gold Rush. I wasn't chosen, but I was into loop, and it kept me into loop. But when I found out what the show was, I got the itch. I felt it. I was like, man, I want to find out all about gold. So I did what anybody does. Quit my job, sold my truck, sold my Harley, and went to Nome, Alaska. That's how I got into gold mining. I don't suggest it to everybody.
No, my wife would kill me on that. If I'd done that, my wife would kill me. Now, my buddy that's with me all the time in the videos, he can take off anytime he wants. He's not married.
Yeah, these are some good stuff here, man. Redbeard, it's good. I have to say that I've had probably the best 8-9 years of my life gold mining. The camaraderie, the people that's involved with it, the people help you. You would not believe how many people help you. It's not like a normal, hey, can you come and give me a hand with my car? No, it's like, hey, can you come and shovel dirt with me, sift through it? Can you set my sluice up? Can you go get more gas for the dredge? That's the difference between what's going on now than what you got a friend that's going to come over and help you work on a car. Have friends that gold mine. They have gold.
That, and you'll find out how good of friends they actually are and how long they'll stick around.
Yeah.
What is probably the most asked question you get, like whenever someone sees you off the show, though?
How much gold did you get?
How much gold did you get?
How cold is it? That's the most common. Did y'all get along? Did you hate her? Did you hate him? I'll be honest with you. I talked to Scott and Paul and James several times a week. Dustin travels a lot. Wes is not a phone person. Great guy. Carlos, he told me there's always a spot at his kitchen table. I was like, all right, cool. Eric was only there for a month before he quit. He was probably the nicest guy that I met up there the whole time. Super nice guy. Very relaxed and chill. You notice when he was on there and he's doing stuff and stuff didn't get wrong, it's like, yeah, okay. He was like that. He really was. But him and Scott.
Yeah, we seen that pretty early on in the show. I mean, especially when he told him, do as you're told. That did not fly well that day.
Do as you're told. Man,
Yeah,
that was a crazy thing to say at that moment. People don't realize when we're working under the water, how much
you're under a lot of pressure down there.
Stress, pressure. You're inside of a hole that's 20 foot wide by 20 foot. You're 14, 15, 16, 18 to 20 feet down, and the sides of it are just riddled with boulders that are falling. Every time that you go in and out, rocks just fall back in. It's dangerous. It is very stressful. You never upset the diver. You never tell the diver anything negative. You always be positive with the diver.
No.
There's one scene where I came up out of the water and I was pulling my mask off. Yeah, I got mad. Audio was bad. We had bad reception, and I came up and I pulled my mask off. I just needed a second just to chill out because everybody was yelling everything, and then it was broken up. And somebody said, "What are you doing, Stan?" And I was trying to communicate. So I came back up, and I was upset because I was.
So that's when you came up and said you didn't have no communication.
That's when, yeah. And it's just like, wow, you need to communicate. It's hard. It's hard. Everything in Alaska breaks too. Everything. Break your wallet. We're giving away $1 million this week.
Oh, not on my channel. Not on my channel, but I mean, I'll take that if. I mean, you really want to give me that much gold.
I wish I had it. I've seen $1 million in gold. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. But now, guys, we are going to be doing a giveaway here in a couple weeks on the channel. We've got several people donating stuff to the channel, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. So we'll be getting some free stuff out to you. It won't be $1 million, but hey, we're going to get you out what we can.
I'll get you out something too from me to you guys. You know, this guy's doing a great show here. I'm excited for it. It's going to get bigger.
Now you said you're going to be back in North Carolina doing some prospecting.
I
know you can't disclose anything about it, but
there may be a show, and I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to pan out, but I'm in the works right now with a production company, and they want to do something in North Carolina.
Well, y'all, we might be having a local show start up.
And I think Kakalaki Gold is a good name.
Now, they ain't no dang gold in Kakalaki.
No, but,
it's not. There's no gold in North Carolina, y'all. I mean, we find it, but I don't know where it's coming from. But now, that ain't Alaska. I might be able to get my wife to let me quit my job to meet you in North Carolina since we're close. She can still come see me. But,
yeah, there is gold in North Carolina.
Yeah,
it's hard to get to,
but it's there.
It's there. It is.
It's there, and there is some nice size pieces. Back last year, there was about a 3-ounce nugget pulled out. There's still
Davidson
big gold.
County.
Yeah.
That was the biggest nugget I've ever seen from Davidson County.
Yeah. And actually, holding it's unreal holding.
The biggest I ever found was 2.66 ounces, and it was next to my buddy's house in Fairbanks, Alaska. Of all places.
Just sitting in his driveway. I mean,
it was under about 3 inches of dirt. I went like this with his metal detector. I went by and I went, beep. I was like, wow, that's pretty distinctive. I went over there, I picked it up. There it was. It was pretty exciting.
That definitely sounds like that's a great place to check out.
Alaska. There's gold everywhere.
Let's see, what is it? They said in Yukon, basically you can go outside and spit in anybody's driveway and hit gold. So
yeah, but nobody wants to go to Yukon.
No.
That's horrible. If I went anywhere, it'd be the desert or the outback of Australia, where it is literally on top of the ground.
Yeah.
The ground in Alaska or in Australia, where the wind has blown the dust and stuff back and forth so much that it's actually turned it red, and that's the iron from the gold that's dusted across the dirt and stuff.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that's another thing. A lot of people ask when we're in the Bering Sea when I was working, what do you look for? I look for iron streaks. You can see red on a seafloor, and you'll see where there's a large quantity of gold, the iron seeps up and it'll leave a long red streak from it. Also sponges that grow on the bottom, they absorb iron, they love it. So if you see the yellow sponges and they're growing and they're red, gold is close.
It's all about that mineralization and iron everywhere.
Yeah, it is, definitely. Follies, Kernersville, be there or be square.
All right, guys, we're gonna close out the video. He's been busy all day, talking all day long to people. Anything you want to tell everybody right quick before we leave?
Watch the show. Gold Rush Season 6 is coming up. It'll be on next fall. Actually, it'll be on this fall. It'll be coming out the last weekend of November, I'm pretty sure now. I just truly want to say thank you to Redbeard and to GPAA, to Bill, and everybody else that asked me to come here, because this was truly an eventful experience. I did not know that North Carolina was this great of an area to go and prospect and to find gold.
And we want to thank you for coming out. I mean, it was great having you here, and I appreciate you doing the video for the channel, man.
Oh yeah. But anybody ever needs any information, reach out to this guy. He knows it all.
I don't know about that, but I'll try to help anybody out I can. But anyways, brother, it was good to meet you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you hopefully on Season 6. Maybe not.
Just to let you know, you'll see me on Discovery Plus, and you will see me on the History Channel soon.
All right. Have a good one, y'all, and heavy pants.
Heavy pants.